Ambitious women, entrepreneurs are beginning a movement to create a new way of business that focuses on collaboration and community. Together, we are shaping the way by using our intuition, our inner insight, and our creativity. Join us for inspiration, motivation, and transformation. This is your host, Luci McMonagle, and this is the Wealthy Wednesday Show. A special thanks to Gordon Reary for creating the music. You can find him on Facebook under Gordon Reary. So now, let's get started.
Hey, this is your host, Luci McMonagle, and today we have an incredible guest who is Priscilla Stephan, and she is an intuitive business strategist and leading from your soul facilitator. Ladies, if you are looking to really dive deep and understand what you're meant to bring into the world, listen up, grab a pen and paper, because Priscilla helps leaders step into their next level of leadership and create more impact and profit with joy and ease. And if you've started your online business, if you've started your entrepreneurial business, this is definitely an episode you want to listen to. So, Priscilla's holistic approach to success allows her clients to live their dream lifestyle while confidently sharing their brilliance and embodying their purpose. So let's give a warm welcome for Priscilla. Welcome to the show.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Luci. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Priscilla. This is so incredibly exciting. You and I have talked and we've collaborated, and you are so impressive. You have these incredible systems. You really help individuals lead from their soul. And I am so incredibly excited that you are on the show today. So can you tell us, how does leading from the soul support you in making a greater impact in creating a successful business? Because I know the women entrepreneurs who are listening to this, they want to make that impact and they want to create a successful business. But how do you do it from your soul support?
I know it's such a great question. I'm so excited to be here talking about this. So leading from your soul to me means leading from your truth, from that authentic, best version of yourself. And it's my belief that our soul already has all the guidance and the information that we need to live a fulfilling, joyful life and on purpose, right? That really creates abundance and helps the greater good. I call it our soul DNA or our soul blueprint in essence. And so what I often find when I started my business 5 years ago, initially as a health coach, I didn't know much, right? So I was it was very easy for me to look outside myself, right? To a coach, to a master, a guru, because they knew best. And what I have learned over time in business is that I know best. You, Luci, know best. And each person listening, you know best. And it's just about listening to those whispers, that inner guidance, those intuitive nudges, those flashes of inspiration, those crazy ideas, right? Often in moments of stillness or meditative, like for me, I get ideas in the shower, right? Or walking. Some people get it through meditation, journaling. And so it's that internal voice, that inner guidance system, right? The GPS that helps us. So leading from your soul in business is really about leading from within, from that inner knowing, and trusting yourself with the information, and then trusting yourself to create a business and a business model and a business message that is uniquely your own, right? It's not a formula. It's not like everyone else's. It's your unique fingerprint of impact in the world. Does that make sense?
Wow, that makes a huge sense. And being able to tap into your own essence, your own soul blueprint, as I would call it, you're able to really start knowing. And you actually speak about listening to the whispers that are deep buried inside of us so that we're able to create and make the impact on the world.
Yes.
Wow, that's phenomenal. Now, as many women entrepreneurs who are trying to make an impact on the world, some of them believe that they have to be a complete leader in order to do it. But is that really the case? Are we all leaders who are entrepreneur women, or how does that work? And how do we become a better leader to make the impact if we are leaders?
Yes, this is a phenomenal question with multiple parts. So I believe that we are all leaders. And the body of work that I've created that we'll talk a bit more about in a minute defines leadership as contribution. So that means that the mother helping her child, right? The janitor cleaning the bathroom, the teacher in front of the classroom of students. Even I say the homeless person, they are a leader. They are contributing to us. Maybe it's to our awareness, right? To our judgments and so we're all contributing. And so we're all leading. And so what I love about that is that it's very equal. Like we're all on the same playing field. It's not a matter of how much experience you have, what you've created, how much glory you've accumulated, how many books you've written, how big your community is. It's just about your natural essence of contribution. And how do you want to contribute? And do you know the gifts that you have? Do you know how you want to share your gifts with the world? And what brings you joy in the process? And so that's what I think really is beautiful about this work. So yes, you are a leader because you contribute. And then the question becomes, how do you want to be a contribution in the world? Do you want to be a stand for something? And are you willing to expand even beyond your business and consider the global or interconnected impact that your business can have on the greater good? That is truly leading from your soul and soul leadership.
Wow. Wow, that is so crucial for really understanding that being a leader doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be way up here and you're surrounded by this great big huge group and everybody's looking for you for the answers. But you can be a leader, and you are a leader simply by being who you are with your soul essence. Did I understand that correctly?
100%. It's a message of encouragement, of hope, of empowerment, and ultimately of activation of that leader within you already. So if we establish as a baseline that you are a leader, if you choose to take that on, then the question becomes, how do you want to let your leader come out and play in the world for the benefit of you and others?
Wow. Wow, that's really important to understand. And speaking about leaders, you also are the creator of Leading from Your Soul Archetypes. And you also have 5 specific archetypes, categories that supports the people in understanding themselves better at what type of leadership skills are they bringing out into the world. Can you share a little bit more about this incredible system that you've created?
Thank you. Yes, it was a framework that was divinely given through me in a tool called the Akashic Records. And so the framework consists of 5 leading from your soul archetype categories that help you understand at soul level the kind of leader that you already are and how your soul wishes to express its level of contribution to the greater good. And we all have this potential within us. And so it really looks at what is your dominant motivation to lead. And each archetype has a different dominant motivation. What are your natural innate gifts that you use to contribute to the world? And what are your strengths? What are your challenges? Opportunities for growth, right? And what is your natural leadership style? And so it helps you to see, again, from within that you have, like, this is like your built-in leadership operating system. It's not something you need to look without outside yourself. It's already here. So, for example, for me, I am a dominant mystic. I am a light worker. So my dominant motivation to change the world is to awaken consciousness and to give people a sense of purpose. And I use healing, intuitive, and creative gifts primarily to help awaken consciousness and to awaken people to their fullest potential. And then there are particular strengths and there are challenges, especially as it relates to mindsets around money, leadership, business, and self-care. And so the beauty of what I see, like if you own that you're a mystic, for me, like many of us who are like the woo, right, or the spiritual stuff, is it can be hard sometimes to really come out of the closet fully, right? Because I still have fears sometimes of people judging me, or what will people think of what I'm saying, right? But when you align and you own and you claim that part of you, the clarity really gives you power to say, this is who I am, right? It's clear. What am I going to do with this, right? And the more you align with the natural gifts that you have and your dominant pole to create change, the more that opens up for you to actually make more of an impact versus suppressing, denying, or disconnecting yourself from your natural genius, which in my case is intuitive or creative gifts. Like by embracing that, more impact, more abundance comes with the package, right? But if you're an example of a misaligned mystic is one that is resistant to or afraid of their gifts and using them in their business. And what that means is that you're probably going to be going against the grain, working too hard, struggling, because you're resisting how the gifts that were already within you to share. You always have choice, but chances are that there will be more flow and more impact if you were allowed yourself or took yourself to a place where you could embrace that. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. And I'm actually a really good example for what you're talking about, because I did my spiritual life for a long, long time. And then I decided I was going to start a real business, as people would say.
Right.
And so I did nothing at the beginning was, it's all about systems, it's about strategies, it's about, really hard skills. And that business failed.
And I bet you weren't happy. You weren't happy, were you?
No, I was working and slaving away, and I was not happy. And then when I decided to really start bridging my spirituality with my practicality and form it together, that was when my business started taking off and really growing exponentially fast. And it was just that missing key, because I was trying to hide that spiritual side of me. So ladies, if you have a spiritual side, please do not hide it from the world, because your business can take off and grow and move forward. So pay attention. This is really, really juicy information that Priscilla is telling you. So Priscilla, you also, thinking about the women and the impact that we're making on the world, and as entrepreneurs who want to be change makers, a lot of us want to leave a legacy. Can you tell us on how can thinking about our legacy impact our business, and how can that move forward?
I think legacy is an ongoing conversation, perhaps for some of us. Maybe we just start to think about it now. It's something I've just begun to think about myself personally, but it goes hand in hand with leadership, I think, right? And the mark that we want to leave on the world, and the change that we want to have to see. And so I think that the beauty of this is that it gets us to think beyond ourselves, beyond the day-to-day, beyond the here and now, beyond even a year or 5 years from now, and to really, again, think about what is that dominant motivation that I have? Like, what is that dominant change that I want to see in people? For me, I want every woman, man, child to know that they are magnificent, and that by using their gifts, they can change the world. And it so happened that I developed a framework that helps people acknowledge, recognize, and embody their gifts, and then with that awareness and clarity decide, am I going to really apply this for the greater good, or am I going to keep it to myself? That's the beauty of life, right? We have free will. But legacy, I think, is that invitation to think about bigger, think about impact, and that expands us into maybe our next edge, or what's possible for us moving forward.
Wow. And that's really been something that not only have I been thinking about and creating. But I am now meeting so many incredible women entrepreneurs that we're not just thinking about ourselves and our business and just taking care of our family. We're thinking about more of taking care of our family as in the globe and really moving forward. And how can we utilize this in our businesses? Can we start charities? Can we do philanthropies? Can we, end hunger? So it's a movement that I've been noticing all across the board, and really getting in touch with your archetype, understanding how you bring your special sauce into the world is really important. Would you agree with that?
Yes, and I think so many of us have this, we can fall into this trap of, oh, but it's just little old me, and I'm not smart enough or ready enough or blah, blah, blah enough. It's the mystics in particular, we have this. When I get one more certification and work through another 1,000 more people, maybe I'll be ready. But this work and this framework is designed to help you see that you are ready now, that you have what you need to start contributing now, and to go do it, because I think that's really the beauty of this work, is that we're ready, we've got it, so let's go share it with the world. Make sense?
Oh, that makes perfect sense. And as a mystic, as you're mentioning, and going for one more certification moving forward, and that's just one of the archetypes. You actually have 5 of them.
Yes.
And so you also have an assessment that we're going to talk about, where anyone who's listening to this, they'll be able to figure out who are the other 5 or the other 4,
right,
and really how to get in touch with that. So please keep listening till the end, because we're going to give you some really good, juicy information that's going to be helping you with your business. And I was mentioning that as you're going for more certifications, and as you're really moving forward, or maybe you're working really, really hard, sometimes we forget about being joyful. Sometimes we forget about why we started the business in the first place. Can you tell us, what does joy have to do with business, with leadership, and living on purpose? And how do we bring more joy, or should we bring more joy into our life and business as we're creating the global impact?
Absolutely. Joy is such a high vibration energy. It's an expansive energy, right? When we feel joyful, it's contagious, it's magnetic. And I believe it's the purpose of life, right? To be happy. And yet, I think that there can be some old collective paradigms that you've got to work hard. You've got to sacrifice now for the later. And maybe for some people that works fine. The body of work of Leading from Your Soul, and this concept of soul leadership, clearly defines joy as the new benchmark of success. So what that looks like in business is, are you willing to make joy the filter through which you make your choices and decisions in business? So if your business model doesn't feel good to you, let's say you hate one-on-one clients and you'd much rather be doing group stuff, are you willing to go do that, right? If you work with clients that you dislike, are you willing to change that, right? Whatever it is, like if you hate webinars like I do, why are you doing them? Because it shows, right? Energetically, people feel that. And I was telling you earlier, right, Lucy, that I created a second Facebook group, but my heart, my joy wasn't in it. And guess what? It was just that reminder. Yes, my awareness is true. I really don't like Facebook groups. So what am I going to do? I'm closing it down this week, because it does not bring me joy. It does not make my heart sing. And so it's hard to lead when there isn't joy, because again, you're going uphill. You're going against your natural gifts and in your strengths, right? Mm-hmm. And so joy is a new framework through which we can get to look at business. And it's a permission slip, right? To say, I'm going to stop doing what I don't like. I'm going to delegate this to a virtual assistant. I'm going to get rid of these programs, or get rid of this coach, or get rid of these clients, or start this new thing, because that's what makes my heart sing. And when you do that, you're going to make more impact with more ease. You're going to feel more fulfilled because you are included in the equation, i.e. you're happy. And who says that business has to be sacrificed all the time? that's just a point of view, I think a very limiting and cruel one at best. So are you willing to let that go and to explore that business can be easy, that you can make money with ease?
That's true. That is so true. And one of the ways that individuals will be able to start making more money with more ease is to really understand what their core soul leadership self is. Could you tell us a little bit about your soul archetype assessment and how it
Yes.
supports mission-driven entrepreneurs?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So as mission-driven entrepreneurs, we feel that deep calling, right? To change the world, to make it a better place, to disrupt the status quo, to awaken consciousness, to be visionary. And when we really understand how we are designed as a soul to lead, right? And we understand our strengths and we are able to activate and embody them, it makes it a lot easier to make the impact that you're here to make. You don't have to imitate someone else. You don't have to go against the grain, right? And so the assessment is an 8-minute audio visualization where I guide you through the 5 categories without telling you the names of the categories, so that you don't try to maybe subconsciously stick yourself in the one that you think is better. And so once you do that and you opt in, you're going to get the table that you have printed out there, Lucy. And then I'm going to guide you through, yes, there you go. It's 2 pages. And you'll get to know what is your dominant motivation to lead, what are your innate gifts that you're using, your strengths, your challenges, your leadership style. There's also a short video training, 4-minute training for each archetype, which you can learn a little bit about each. We all have all 5, but there's one that's dominant and then maybe a subdominant. And then you also get a PDF in the email sequence that with some clarity-driven questions for you to see how your archetype is showing up, strengths and challenges-wise, in your life and in your business, and to help you maybe integrate this more and then also make adjustments where necessary.
Wow. And they can get that at priscillastephan.com/assessment. Is that correct?
Yes, /assessment. Or if you just go to priscillastephan.com, the opt-in is right there on the banner. You discover your leading from your soul archetype, and then just set aside 8 to 10 minutes, 8 minutes enough, and then have pen and paper handy to rate yourself. And then you'll, as you opt in, you'll get more information to guide you. And then, of course, if you want me to help you further, I can help you understand, like, what does it mean to be this, and how does that translate into my business and my life. So I won't leave you hanging if you want more help, but if you feel like it's enough, then that's great too.
Fabulous. And I'm going to spell out your website just in case there's somebody listening to the podcast audio of this and they didn't quite get that. So that's PriscillaStephan.com.
Yes, perfect.
So go to the website. This is a fun 8 minutes that you're going to spend. And I had a blast actually listening to it, and really made me think. And I'm like, oh, it made so much more sense to me when I discovered which archetype leadership style I had. So ladies, take some time, go to the website, get your assessment. It's completely free. You can't ask for any more than that. So Priscilla, this has been a blast. I would love to ask you a gazillion more questions on and how you discovered this and how you came up with this, but we're actually coming to the time where we need to wrap it up. So I'm just going to ask you, is there anything else that you would like to leave our audience with before we say our farewells?
Yes, you are ready. You are perfectly designed to make a beautiful impact in the world however you choose. So believe that you're ready, give yourself credit, and go change the world. We need you.
Absolutely. We definitely need you. If you are listening to this, please know that we need you to bring your gifts out into the world and to overcome your fears, to be able to overcome anything that's stopping you from truly following your heart, because your soul purpose is waiting and your tribe is waiting. So thank you for listening to the Wealthy Wednesday show. This is your host, Luci McMonagle, and I am so honored that you are a part of our guest. I'm so honored that you're listening to us. Please remember to go to our Facebook at facebook.com/Wealthy Wednesday Show and let us know, how did you like this show? Let us know what you liked about it, or you could leave your comments on how much you enjoyed this show on our iTunes channels. So until next time, abundant blessings.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Wealthy Wednesday Show. This is your host, Luci McMonagle, and I would love to keep in touch with you by giving you a very special gift that will help you move your business and your life forward. You can access this special gift I am giving to you at my website at lucimcmonagle.com. That's LuciMcMonagle.com for keeping in touch with me and getting access to a gift that will help you move your business and life forward. Until next time, abundant blessings.